Hey, this is a quick Facebook Live, actually using Restream, going out to all the places, Twitch, Twitter, Twink, I don't know, all the TWs. Um, I am using a new camera that arrived today called the centercam. Da da da! And yes, and now you get to see some of the fun. I don't know why it's doing that, and I haven't yet figured that out. But you better not put some fancy. Hey, Troy! Troy's here. What's up, Troy? I don't know why it does that. See, it does. It goes. So there's a lesson going on. I don't think that's Ecamm because I think it was doing it in another tool, but maybe it is Ecamm. Hi, Mark. Good grief, I didn't expect anybody to show up. Good evening. Troy says I'm actually cooking tortillas. Look at this. Everybody's showing up from everywhere. Uh, Oak Knight. Dad. I don't know that you're not. Dad, is that you? I don't know. I don't know anybody on Twitch called Oak Knight. If that's one of my children, then hi. See, they're good. See, now it's gonna. I don't know. Does it stop? Is it. Anyway, I don't know why it's doing this flashing. So the goal of that. Troy says it's because Facebook announced me. See, oh, the light went out back there. Was that it? Is that the blue light tricking it? Is that the problem? We're doing a little online diagnosis right here live. It must be 9 o'clock. Let me flip the light back on and see if it starts doing weird things. See, because I've recorded several videos and it wasn't doing that. So now it's back. Ian's here. Gosh, everybody's showing up. I just thought I was going to do a quick thing and have a little bit of fun. Oh, well. See the blue light, Troy, is not the deals. Because I just recorded with Loom. I recorded with Searchy. And it was not doing that flashing. It only did the flashing when I threw up. I don't want to do it again. A color. So what am I talking about? Why am I doing this? What is the center cam? I'll put it way back here. The center cam. Let me swap over to my desktop, and it's easier for you to see. Let me make the comment go away. So this is the center cam. It was a Kickstarter deal. It just arrived today. Deb says, does it work? Well, this is us testing it, Deb. Hi, Deb. Good to see you. Where's your funky new headphones? They're right here. I just didn't have them on right now because my wife's in the tub and I don't need to isolate myself. But they're right here. So anyway, the center cam is this tiny little camera that looks just like this. And it is in the center of my iMac. And so when I'm talking, and even when I look a little bit around, I'm looking more at you than if I were looking up at my C920, which I'm pointing, but you can't see it. It's way the heck up there, so I would be looking at like that, as opposed to looking at my screen like this. So far, I think it's working fairly well, except for I don't know where that flashing came from. I have not yet tried it in Zoom. I have not yet done a whole lot with it. I just got it installed this evening. It arrived today on FedEx. And so I'm testing it out. I think it's pretty funky cool. I can also flip it up out of the way so it's not always in my view, and just bring it down when I'm going to do a Zoom call or something. But it gives me that one-on-one kind of look you in the eye thing, as opposed to the webcam that's somewhere not visible. That's the whole idea. Mark says, Mark says testing flower sales with viral marketing. Cool. Let's talk about that. Deb says put it up full screen. So this is full screen. So this is me looking right at myself, because you know when people do a live stream, they tend to look down at their screen. Somebody that Deb and I know, his initials are P. PP. He talks to the screen, but he's looking down at himself on the screen or looking at the Zoom thing, as opposed to looking straight on. Duh. And so the goal of this is to give you more direct eye contact when you're doing stuff like Facebook Lives. Dead in the eye, as Troy says. So there you go. I'm testing it. It does pretty well. I did adjust some of the colors in Ecamm, and then I turned right around and reset it because it ended up looking exactly the same as the default settings, except for when it was flashing. Deb, if you didn't see it before, there's this flashing thing. So let me see if I can get it to happen again. There it goes, doing it again. Sorry, but it has something to do with the adjustment of the light. It doesn't. Now it is a little dark in my room. It is 9 o'clock here, 9:03. So this is kind of annoying, but as long as I don't hold up. See, look, it stopped. That's weird. Maybe I'll send this in as a video to Ian, the guy that created it. Isn't that weird? So maybe it has something to do with my background or that plaque back there. We decided isn't the blue lights. But Deb says, interested to see it on Zoom when you were looking at other people on the screen. Yes. Now, the joy of... Gotta hold this up so it doesn't flash. The joy of the new Zoom, by the way, in case you don't know, you can rearrange the people on your Zoom screen. So what I plan to do is, like, if there's a multiple grid, like, if there's one person that I'm talking to, I'm going to move that person to the center, and then I'll just be talking directly to them when I'm looking at them. So that should be really cool. Now, the other people that are in the grid, they're obviously... I'm looking at the upper left corner. That's the right corner. Looking up at the upper right corner, there you know, I'm still not looking... And I got an iMac, so it's a 27-inch screen. It's having trouble. Anytime I change that, I wonder if it's a white balance issue. Because this is white. Huh! There you go. So they gave me this cute little carrying case. Isn't that cute? Your arm will be sore if you keep holding it. Hi, Faster Profits! It still flashes a hold over your shoulder. So, I don't know. It had to do with the... I think it's the white balance. See, it's trying to adjust something. And that fixes it. I've got a solution for you! Isn't that interesting? It is so good to see you, by the way. Now, I'm trying to come up with your first name. My brain's not doing it. Anyway, so this is the center cam. For those of you who just joined me, this is the center cam. I'll quickly show you just in case you didn't see it. It looks like this. This was the Kickstarter page. Deb, I'd be happy to, Michelle, thank you. Deb, I'd be happy to have a chat with you if you want to try it on Zoom tomorrow, because it's bedtime now for me. But the center cam looks like this. It has a clip that I put at the top of the screen. It holds it. I can adjust it up and down if I want to. Right now, this is eye level. I'm sitting in a chair. I'm not standing like I often do, or I'm not sitting on my exercise ball like I often do. And so it's not dead center. It's slightly above center, but it's dead center of my eyes on my head. So I can look straight at the screen. I can look around the center of the screen. And it doesn't... I've actually was watching Netflix for a little bit with it on the screen, and I started to ignore it. They told me during the sale, if you watch the video that's on Kickstarter, that it kind of becomes invisible. It's small enough that it doesn't obstruct much. It's smaller than a postage stamp, if you can imagine holding a postage stamp. Let's see. Let me see. Where'd it go? I've probably already lost it. Oh, there it went. Hold on. That's the lens cap. So it comes with a lens cap. And that's how big it is on the screen. So it's smaller than that button height-wise. But it's really small. You tend to not see it. The only reason I had trouble with it just a little while ago, I was doing a bug report, and the piece of data that I wanted was right behind the camera, so I had to move the video. It is, Michelle, it is a USB webcam. So it's just got a regular old USB port, like all the other webcams. It has a clip to attach it to the screen. I actually got a... Let me flip out of this view. They sent along this ring light as a bonus. But it slays me because the cord is only this long. I'm like, where am I going to plug? That might be great. What computer would a cord that's less than, I don't know, what is that, 6 inches, 7 inches? What computer is that USB cord going to work on? Not even a laptop would work for this little ring light. So I don't know about this. Kind of silly. So I haven't even tried this yet because I can't plug it into the back of my iMac. I don't have anything to plug this into with this short little cord. I need to find a different cord because it has a micro USB. That doesn't focus very well. It has a micro USB port on it that plugs into here, and then a regular USB-C on the back end. I also noticed, by the way, so what I'm going to do while you're here, for those of you who really care, this is the the Logitech C90, which is I have mounted at the top of my computer, which I've been using for quite a while, and I don't know why it's suddenly out of focus. But it's got a much wider angle of view. Come on, focus. But it also has a shallower focus because you see the stuff behind me, like these books. That book is Wicked. I don't know, my wife had it for a while. If I flip over to this and see if I can get stop doing that white balance thing. you can actually read that title right there. Right above there, it says Wicked. I mean, I know what it says, Wicked, so I can, and now that means I got to clean all this junk off of my shelves, because before it was just like this blur, and nobody could really understand what those things were. Now it should focus. Why is it not focusing? You know how webcams are. It's not focusing for some reason. Anyway, so this is the new centercam. Let me turn off Michelle's comment. It's kind of cool. I think it's really cool. A couple of little bugs to work out. I would rather have it be a shallower depth of field, but I don't know if I can do anything about that yet. Huh. Okay, so is this camera now working? I got a really old USB camera, and for a while today it wasn't working. See, it's not working. It doesn't often, so it's going to give me snapshots. Is that what it's going to do? See if I can hold it really still and do a snapshot. Because you sort of left of center, you can see the center cam. Well, that's just not working very well. Oh, sure. I turn it around to me and it works fine. Why? Why, when I point it at my computer screen, does it not work? Alright, well, anyway. So, what if I do this? Uh-oh. Alright, hold on a second. So this is me on the center cam, and this is the C920 pointed at the screen. This is really hard to see. Let's see. So the camera itself is right there. See if I can move this out of the way. Oopsie. Stop it. Come here. Hold on. So if I can move that out of the way, that'll be better, right? So now you can see it. It's right there in the middle of my screen. And it's not very big. See if I can loosen this. Because I'm going to have to do a couple of demos of this, I'm sure. Hold on. I'm going to put y'all down for a second. Let me switch over. I got a longer USB thing here. Let me see if I can uncord it. There we go. Alright, so now if I flip over to this camera, here's my entire iMac. This is what I see as I'm looking at my screen. And right there is the camera that I'm looking at. So you can see, if I could hold it steady while I'm looking, it's not that big on the screen. I mean, this is, I get way back, you see the menu, the Mac menu up at the top, and then there's the camera. This is Ecamm broadcast going on. So that's the camera right there. It's not that big. And so when you're looking at it, come here, there you go. It looks bigger here because I got the zoom. I've got the camera right up close. So it's not really that bad when you're looking at that. It's very much different than this camera. Right? I mean, this camera's got all this stuff and speakers and all that stuff around it. You could never put that in front. So anyway, Michelle wanted to know, would you share a link? Right now, it's not available for sale. I bought it on this Kickstarter project, and they are just now delivering the first batch. So I've gotten one of the cameras out of the first batch, and Ian, the developer, the creator, said they had 400 cameras in this shipment, and they had an extra 150, 200 that needed to be shipped on top of that 400 over to Europe, and then they were going to start trying to sell it. So Michelle, right now you can't get it. There are not any available for purchase, just like in a store. So stick with me. If you follow me, what I'm going to start doing is trying to help them promote it, and wherever they go, I'm going to get an affiliate link so that I can make a little commission. But Michelle says, bummer. I tend to agree. I actually cheated. Where is it? Where'd it go? Because one of my friends, see, it's just a white box. I'm afraid to show a white box. Anyway, one of my friends asked me to order one for him, so I have to ship this off to Australia. So hopefully he doesn't see that I have it, because then he's going to ask me to ship it right away. So I have to ship that. Anyway, maybe I'd sell it. Michelle, if you offer me $1,000 for this one, I'll force him to go. Never mind, I'm kidding. Anyway, so that's the centercam. Now, I do think, like Michelle, it's going to be very popular. I think he's got an absolute killer product. It's going to be really amazing when you get on Zoom calls, because, especially with, like, if you're doing client calls, Michelle says I'm in Australia. I thought you were. I thought that's where you were. So it's probably going to be a long time before you get one unless I ship you one. But I think it's going to be incredibly popular as long as people just realize that it doesn't take up that much space. The complainers that I saw during the Kickstarter were like, "Oh, that's stupid. That's too big. It needs to be much smaller." You don't really think about it. I mean, right now I'm looking at myself doing the broadcast. I've moved my eCam window so that my face is right there. So I'm talking to myself, but I'm looking at myself. I'm not looking at the center of the camera. I've got the center of the camera, like right here over my forehead. So I see my eyes. I'm talking to my eyes. I think that's pretty cool. As opposed to the C920, which would be up at the top of the screen, which I could talk to you face to face, but then I'm looking up and it looks awkward. This way, I'm looking right at you. And I have a face that I'm talking to, even though it's my own gorgeous face, as opposed to just the center of a camera, which is faceless. So I think it's going to be very, very profitable for the guy that's created it. It's not big. It's flexible. I mean, I'll bend it up out of my way so that it, I can physically move it. I can make it raise up and down on the screen. Obviously, you probably, there it goes flashing again. You probably wouldn't do that during a show or a Zoom call. And it works natively on my Mac. I did not do anything. I plugged it in and it's available. I didn't have to do anything fancy. I didn't have to install any software. It works right in eCam if you're a Mac user. Michelle says, gotta go. Thanks for tuning in. I didn't intend to spend a lot of time talking about this. I will probably be talking about it a lot more in the future. I'm definitely going to clean up those shelves. So, I just think it's funny. Funny. Now, the other thing is the colors. I was going to say about the colors. That blue light, to me, is much darker. And I'm a little disappointed in the colors. For some reason, that's washed out blue. And when I quickly switched to other colors, some of you are still here. Thank you for being here. Like the red is just, ugh, it's orange. It's not red. That's if I turn around and saw it, it's just red. And the green is not working properly. Green is a little bit better, but yellow turns to orange. Purple turns to purple. Purple's not too bad. But I don't know. The colors aren't as good as I thought or as I wanted. Anyway, there you go. So that's the centercam. You'll be hearing a lot more from me about that coming up in the near future. For those of you who don't know me, I am Mitch, or Planet Mitch, or the Viral Traffic Guy. Oh, Mark, are you still here? Mark said earlier and I ignored him. Where'd it go? Testing flower sales with viral marketing. I am so glad to hear that. If you're still here, Mark, tune in another day when we can have a conversation about that. And I'm not distracted by this camera. I love talking about viral traffic stuff. So tune in. I'll do more Facebook Lives now that I have the camera. I had this little mental thing that I really wanted it to be delivered because I knew it was coming. Oh, Mark's still here. Yes. Mark, if you catch me over on Facebook, by the way, we can have a conversation. I don't think there's any little chat tool over in YouTube yet. But you obviously found me because you're connecting with me through YouTube. So that's the joy of Restream. I'm using Instagram. How is that possible? It's got a YouTube symbol right there in the thing. How is Instagram? I'm not broadcasting to Instagram. I don't think I am. I'm confused. Oh, are you using Instagram to do your promotions with the flowers? I bet that's what you're trying to say. Yeah, see, I eventually figured it out. Instagram giveaways. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Whew. My brain went in a different direction, didn't it? All right. Thanks for tuning in. I've got to wrap this up. Sorry. I would love to get into a conversation, but it is way past my bedtime. I just wanted to come on and do a quick test to see how this worked in a live stream environment. We did find a bug in it. So that's the centercam. You will be very interested in buying one of these because it's going to change the way you talk to people. You will no longer be looking at the top of the screen. So thanks for tuning in. It's good to see you. Mark says cheers. We'll talk to you again really soon. Thanks a lot. See you later.